Sports fans, it is about that time. Grand finals. Gambit, FlyToMoon, best of 3. One winner goes on to play at what I believe will be the second LAN of the season in Hamburg. You are, of course, watching the GG.Bet Hamburg Invitational presented by Maincast. Kyle, as you can see down below, my man Lizard.
You're watching the first official games of the season as well. The TI run starts here.
The first final.
Yeah, no DPC points on the table just yet. But it is the first grand final, so that makes it quite exciting. And we have Gambit with a completely new roster playing versus FlyToMoon. Both CIS stacks. The last time I was casting this, I believe you were with me as well. And who was it? Like Alliance and Gambit too. Just one Europe stack, one
I think so.
One CIS stack. This time around, 2 CIS stacks. There weren't too many EU teams. And overall, Tier 2 and Tier 3 scene in EU isn't really like that great.
Well, it's tough to, right? You've read blogs on this. Like, you've got the Kings on top, taking every slot.
And then
going every tournament.
Huge drop-off after.
And then the teams underneath, they don't have representation. They don't have salary. They don't have any hope of qualifying. Because you've got to get through the gatekeepers.
Exactly. And living standards in Europe aren't necessarily low enough to sustain yourself with just a couple of tournaments that you win every 3 months or something.
So expensive.
It's expensive.
Love it, but I could never live in Western Europe. That is just... I don't even want to talk about how much breakfast would cost you. However, we don't need to get into that. We got to stop talking about food. Like, all the apps to get food here are broken. They're not working. They're down for maintenance. Thus,
we're in problems.
We have many problems.
But we can focus on the game that's upcoming. We can focus on Gambit and FlyToMoon and stop thinking about food and Uber Eats and that tasty, tasty Malaysian street food that you were talking about before.
Okay, Gambit. Behind the scenes, pretty much everyone's like, all right, Gambit's going to win. We're not impressed with FlyToMoon.
Well, they improved.
Shishway on the Monkey King. You know, I was talking with Go Black. I mentioned the Monkey King pick, and he went to me. He was like, "Yes."
But everyone should be like that, right?
Yeah,
everyone
but he played it well. Like he made it work even under. He literally, I believe, said at the broadcast. He told me he was like, "Yeah, that denies the Monkey King because he had seen it coming." And whoa, this is a hero we haven't seen in a while.
This is a hero that has been banned almost every single game. And look at that combo. You have the Shadow Shaman, Shadow Demon, you have the Lashrak, and you have the Alchemist. Quite a good trio to open up your draft with. Lashrak and Shadow Demon combo really well as you have the setup for that stun. Shadow Demon on its own is a highly contested pick right now as it's a really good position 4 or 5. And then you have the Alchemist obviously as well that can give that Shadow Demon some more extra illusions to work with that damage, radiance and everything going on. Gambit, they understand that. They let it all go through and they pick themselves up a Crystal Maiden Shaker and a Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter also highly, highly contested right now for that position 1 and sometimes even mid, played by Shisui, most notably in the last couple of series on the mid lane. Ancient Apparition also banned out by FlyToMoon. You want to ban that hero, so the Alchemist has an easier time. And the second pick of theirs is going to be the Centaur, which means the Lash is the support.
And I like
most likely.
They got beef now.
They got beef, but there's a guy that really likes beef, just like I like beef and beef jerky and all that stuff. But Lifestealer definitely eats up the Centaur in the lane. And this Gyro, once again, will be that mid laner. Now, the question is Lashrak going to be mid or is he going to be the support? I love the fact that these two teams and their drafters, respectively, are playing with the versatility of their cores, of their players. Like, there are multiple players on multiple positions that can play the same hero, so they're able to play around and just make these little mind games. Gyrocopter was considered to be only position 1 just not so long ago, but now on that mid lane he's just as good. Batrider banned out as the last ban from FlyToMoon, and that pretty much tells us that they're expecting this Shaker to be the position 4 and not the off-lane position 3 Shaker.
Yeah, I like the Bat ban from FlyToMoon. That would have been real spooky to play against. Lifestealer, excellent matchup, but you don't hit the same timing as the Alchemist. That's the problem. You come online a bit later.
Yeah, Bat would be good with Lifestealer as well, as it's a hero that you can jump into, and if you go for that right-click build, you can deal with the Alchemist. I don't think you even go for want the Radiance build here. If you are Lifestealer, you go for the Armlet, Midas, Dazzle.
What do you think of a Timbersaw?
Definitely is a hero for Gambit that you could place versus the Alchemist if you find the right lane.
Bristleback. I actually really like Bristleback because you just plant him in front of the tower, and it's a really tough hero for Alchemist to play into. You just get queued. You get gooed, and you get gooed, and you get beat on for 1 billion damage.
Definitely could work, either one of those two. The problem that I see with Timbersaw very often is that they just ignore him. Quite like Bristleback. You just get ignored, your team gets picked up first, they kill everyone around you, and then they come back and feast on you as well. But could work. Some vessel for Gambit, some hero on the offlane that this Lifestealer can jump into, so they can go and do stuff would be pretty good. A hero that popped up against Centaur recently was that Mars as well, with the Arena of Blood. Just enables you to catch Centaur as he uses his ult.
I like the Monkey King ban. You don't want to give that hero up after what you just witnessed it do in an axe. Interesting.
They're banning some heroes that are just picked by the respective teams, right?
Yeah.
Batrider picked by Gambit today, Monkey picked by FlyToMoon today, so they just banned them out. It's not only the heroes that are good per se versus them, it's just the heroes that they played and are comfortable on. Axe Crystal Maiden, well, hello there again. Haven't seen this combo in a really long time. Used to be really good. Pop that Battle Hunger and Crystal Maiden just sits by you and Crystal Novas everyone.
Let's see here. Last pick, FlyToMoon. Probably gonna go for. I wanna say it'll be Lesh mid, and they'll just take a support here. But you got options. The Centaur could be off lane, could be a 3.
It depends on the fact if they want the Lash to be mid or not. Just as you just said, it can be played versus Gyro, but you can get something stronger too.
30 seconds. Remember, if you guys want to interact with the broadcast at all, just tweet at us. Hashtag Maincast. And hashtag DK is going to be the last pick for FlyToMoon. It will be that safe lane Alk. Support duo is the Lesh SD. And that is one beast lineup. Very tanky. And the timing they can hit around that 20-minute mark is going to be absurd.
Yep. I completely agree with you. I think this Dragonite is quite a good of a pick. You have the Dragonite together with the Alchemist and the Centaur. They're really tanky, hard to bring down even for an axe. If you get like, sometimes you see an axe and you're thinking, all right, if this guy has a good start, like if he gets like Blade Mail Blink or Vanguard Blink early on, he's gonna just go ham and dominate. In this game, it's good. You can set up for the gyro, you know, but overall it doesn't look as strong. It doesn't look like he has a clear path to victory. I really like FlyToMoon's draft, but then again they're playing versus Gambit. Gambit so many times, even today we thought that they had the inferior draft, but these guys are playing on a little bit of a bigger level, I think.
I agree. I think that you're correct. We'll have to stay tuned and see. Again, shout out to you guys at home. Thanks for watching some of the first Dota action of the season. This is what you've been waiting for, though. It's been a rocky road, some stumbles from both us and the participants in this tournament, but we've got unquestionably the best 2 teams remaining, about to go head-to-head for a spot at a LAN. Like this, let me tell you, man, qualifiers, you know this as well. Like, they're the first step. They're the most important step. I actually think that it's way worse to lose a qualifier than to like even finish last at a tournament. It doesn't feel that way, but like you get so much experience, you get better scrims, it's fun. Hamburg is this beautiful city. ESL puts you up in this massive hotel.
When you get to a LAN, you're actually, even if you lose, you feel like you've accomplished something.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
you get to see the world a little bit.
Exactly. You get to travel. You might win something, you might not, but it feels like you're reaching that different level, like you're breaking through the tiers when you actually qualify to them. which is definitely difficult if you're from CIS, as there's so many good teams right now. Well, so many good tier 2, tier 3 teams blocking you, stopping you. And so many reshuffles that are happening right now as well.
Oh, that's a cool ward spot. He's the Quelling Blades down the tree so that it'll see both the rune and that uphill. It's a nice spot. And it also, wow, that's actually really cool because it'll see his own hill as well. That's a great ward. I'm going to steal that one.
You need someone to come and cut the trees, though, for you, right? So that's the only thing. As a support, very unlikely that you will be carrying that Quelling Blade to help you out with that. Also, I'm surprised that people haven't started cutting those trees to the right of both tier 1 towers. Just gives you the vision. The tower gives you the vision into the forest. If someone gets to gank you from behind, you can always scout them. But again, it makes it a little bit harder for you to joke and run away if they come.
Like what Dream's doing in a 2-on-3 scenario, just trying to see if they could maybe find some way of getting a rune, but well covered by FlyToMoon. 3 runes going their direction, and do keep in mind they have the Alchemist. Arc Dota, though, might be in some trouble.
Shashlo punching him a little bit, yeah. He gets blocked, but he TPs. Loses a lot of HP. Oh, that's such a long TP. I guess he was the second one that ported, right? Always on fly.
SDTP, yeah.
So he lost a lot of HP right there. Getting hit by the Shaker and the Axe.
It's a very DK favorite matchup middle. Can't really harass him as the Gyrocopter. And in addition, you look at the base damage. Trying to last it with 42.
Look at the base odds right now. People definitely trusting Gambit a lot more than they are trusting FlyToMoon. Even though I think that FlyToMoon has an amazing draft going for them. Like, I really like it. I really like the way they drafted. Vampire, though, on top lane, is stunned. And this might be our first blood right there. It is. Easy. Always want to fly. Ease gets it.
Yeah, this is, I will say, you know, we've favored Gambit, but as far as lineups go, FlyToMoon have one of those drafts that we've talked about. It's just easy. It's easy to execute. You've got 3 strength heroes, a save, and one of them is an alchemist. Like, if you get a timing going, like, you just start hitting buildings, and Gambit, you could be at a point, if you fall just a little bit behind, where it doesn't matter if you have more skill, you can't kill anything. You can't do anything. And
for real, like, Gambit today, the whole day, they've been playing with fire in that first series as well. Like, they're playing versus a lineup that Lycan lineup that they played against. They play everything perfectly. They lose 1 team fight, suddenly they lose 4 towers, you know. But luckily for them, they had all the answers necessary. Like in this game, I don't feel like they have all the answers necessary if they fall behind. That's the problem. If this Alchemist gets some crazy amount of farm, I don't know how they come back, as you have the Dragonite to cover his side as well. But then again, Gyro, Nyx, definitely a lot of late game potential together with the Shaker. We'll see. Shachlo disrupted, followed by the stun once again. We have Alchemist helping out as well with Acid Spray. Oh, doesn't manage to block Slayer there on the side as he's able to run away. Battle Hunger gets him really low.
That's a huge kill. And that's better than a first blood even. That gives you a sizable advantage. He's still behind thanks to the Alchemist's innate gold building skill.
A lot of tips going Shisui's way for using that courier the way he did. But he's still doing really well on that lane.
Nice.
However, Arc isn't.
Really well played there by Gambit. So weird seeing Shachlo on Gambit, honestly. Like we said before, he played with Power Rangers, that, you know, J4, Cheshire Cat, like for so long. Years, like 4 years. I think before, but you know
10
what?
years at least.
They played together for like longer than me and Zach did in Dota. That's what's crazy. We used to scrim them all the time, and they'd already been at it for like a year at that point. Back before TI5. Stun will pop on self, unfortunate. Tipped as well. Oh yeah, hit him with the tips. Gambit knows what's up, man. They understand how
the mind
tilt
warfare,
works.
yeah.
Yep.
The mental warfare right here. Tilt them. If you can't just outplay them, tilt them. Then you'll be able to do it. GPK not really able to do a whole lot to Shisui here. And even when he does get him low, there's that built-in region that just kicks that DK back to full HP in a couple of minutes. Shachlo disrupted. At the same time, Flo is playing with Nyx, but I think Shachlo is the more interesting one. as they're still trying to take him down. However, with a couple of spins and those boots, he's able to get away. As long as they're doing this, the Alchemist is just farming, and they might even farm him right here. Okay, they missed the stun. Shashlo is just manning up.
So gonna get away just fine. Really easy to drink the stun with that increased move speed.
Sadly for him, Excess Vampire didn't want to help him. Instead, he was just messing with the Alchemist CS.
I don't blame him. You don't want to ever leave the lane, right? Somebody always needs to be getting that XP. It'd be better to let your ally die than to miss a creep wave. Welcome to Dota 2. Oh, this is going to be, lots of damage coming out. Stun to follow up. Alchemist should be able to get that last hit. No, yes, he is. The acid tick did it. And GK, dude, mid.
Kills him.
That's crazy. This kid is the real deal. He is bodying middle. I said it was DK favored, and he's actually putting him in the dumpster. That shouldn't be possible.
He's doing really well as this gyro, and we're seeing a lot of gyrocopters played mid recently, but this guy is definitely making it work.
This one fly grabs the top bounty. Very important, a 2-for-2 split. And Slayer will be dying to
Will he though? FNG is there. No, he won't. He did attempt something. What? We will never know, guys, but he is the pro player here, and we're just plebs talking about the game.
And look at this, I love this GPK. He's thinking about trying to get aggressive here. Doesn't have lane control, though.
Shisui is 100% here. I don't know if you can get him from 100 to 0.
Well, you got Gyro. I mean, he's pretty tanky. And of course, those braces giving a bit of magic resist as well. I think with level 7 on GPK, it's a possibility.
Last time he got him, he brought him down low, and then he dove in. Yeah. This time around, perhaps you need to do the same.
Yeah. You need him at like 80%, then an FNG rotation might get it done. He's actually stacking. Let's see if FNG gets both here. Check out that mini-map. He got one.
Pretty good to stack, however, for that gyro. You can definitely take those stacks as long as you don't lose them to some rotation.
A lot of damage coming out on Shaklo, but he gets away just fine. Trying to mess with that easy camp pull, but it's difficult to do so against the SD Lash. Two very strong supports, high damage. Mid lane, our Shaker's going to rotate. Already a rocket out onto the DK. Thinking about it, but nope, not going to happen. He's got to push the lane. Maybe you get a block in the creep wave. DK pops the ulti. They need +1, I think, unless he goes in the tower range like this. Holy crap. Did he just die?
He should be. Let's see if Always Wanna Fly does that right. He does. And Centaur pops that ulti to save Shisui. However, that's the ulti popped by the Dragon Knight. And that ulti is pretty much the thing that you have to play around so carefully. Once you pop it, you want to damage that tower. You want to take down one objective, then the next, but he's already been repelled so easily. And these supports, they might have to think about rotating around that Dragon Knight once he uses that ulti. But in this kind of a game, that's also difficult, because you have to protect your Alchemist who's farming the jungle, so you need to stay on the lanes.
Shaklo juking another stun. Slayer not with much success thus far. Now he's going to look to back lane, maybe even look to run at the Alchemist. I think that'd be your play. This favorite spot in between the easy camp and the medium camp is where Alks like to play.
Dragon Knight.
You're going to get him again?
He's dead. This time around, I'm not certain if he'll be able... Yeah, most likely dead. Can't really escape this.
You're even saving the ultimate. GPK getting the last hit.
Is these two supports of Gambit, they understand the necessity to shut down the Dragon Knight once he pops that form. That's basically how you play versus Dragon Knight. It's 101.
Is it proper to get phase boots on Alchemist? Don't you get treads? Doesn't everybody get treads?
Alright, it's phases and soul ring though, so that's something different.
No bracer. Just rushing the Radiance. They're getting a lot of stacks up for him. Alk doing his best to accelerate. What is that? Why are they glowing? That's weird. All right, Vampire looking for a block. 8 minutes into the game, and Mo might be in trouble here. Flo does land the stun. You can't miss that one, Slayer. That's an easy follow-up, and that's an easy kill.
Got him. Got him.
Invis DK coming around. No, it hasn't popped it yet, but it is in the bottle. Might run into FNG.
Might be just that here, yeah. Finds him. Stun. Breathe of fire, and he's gone. Shachlo.
So close. Nice TP.
Barely survived. His disruption was right there. He was winding his hands up.
There's a free farming life skiller down bottom, though.
There is a free farming Alchemist as well, though.
It's true.
Jungle. I think usually the Alchemist is the scarier one, early on at least. as he has 1k advantage over the respective 2 cores of Radiant. That's to be expected, as he has 2.4k gold saved up right now.
I'm not sure I'm a fan of the build. I said that already, but it's weird. Very weird. Look at the defensive warding. FlyToMoon with the Alk, though. They're not ahead. And when you're an Alk team, you really want to be ahead, especially this phase of the game. Nice shot from G. He hits the Nova without having to turn around, but at the same time, yeah. Level 2 Edict is enough. Look at that. 4 wards. A line of wards along the river to defend their territory. You will not have our Alchemist. So FlyToMoon is saying. Bounty runes in 30. It's going to be a big window for perhaps some action to develop.
They will fight in the rivers and on the high grounds.
In the trees.
In the trees. But they will not give their Alchemist away. 10 more seconds for the bounty runes, and this is also a very important part of the game when you're having one. Alchemist, that is. And let's see how many. It looks like 3 bounty runes are going Radiant's way, so they did play that well. 3 bounty runes, only giving 1 away to be taken by the team that has the Alchemist as well.
I like this as well. Midas into the armlet. No Radiance for Dream. Yeah. No need.
Just needs the blink on that axe, right? And then usually I think you go for the right-click build when you're playing versus an Alchemist. Just need a blink or someone and then go and hunt him with your right-click damage.
Yep.
Can be scary though. If you don't shut him down on time, suddenly he's the stronger one. He's the one chasing you.
I wholeheartedly agree.
On the top lane, cooldown is there, but so is the Stampede from the Centaur, and now Shadow Demon just retreats. He might think to re-engage as well, as Shisui is there with his ulti popped. Goes on shot slow, stuns him down, but there's a rocket flying his way. Stops him in his tracks, and Always Wanna Fly is not fast enough to use that disruption offensively, at least.
We'll pop it off on the DK, just a tank. Help Slayer get in there. Level 3 Edict will be enough to kill that tower off for sure. Along with the assistance of the DK, of course.
The tower just disappears, melts in front of that Lashrak. And they are...
Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa! That's a good echo.
But...
And now Shisui as well. Shisui as well walked in. He's going to eat that rocket, but that should be it as they move towards the tier 1.
It's daytime.
Alchemist is around though. He comes back. He wants to defend. He has that level 4 acid spray to work with.
Shaq low. He's not got much to work with, unfortunately. Dude, there's so much damage. You hit him with the Disrupt into the Soul Catcher, the Stun Edict. Like, he's just dead. Always want to fly TP's mid.
TP's has no mana to work with though, so has to be careful. Shisui is there around as well.
Are you a fan of this build? Just like going Midas on the Dragon Knight with brown boots? I don't know if I like this.
I mean, he has a couple of bracers, so he's tanky enough. And they aren't really shutting them down. Like, Alchemist is still farming. They haven't gotten to him at all. So, am I the biggest fan? I'm not. I think you should be as tanky and as powerful as possible. But remember, these guys aren't really playing around him. So far, he has only fed every time he used that dragon form. So perhaps this is his recovery mechanic. Usually, like, look at this tower. It's almost 100% HP. If you're playing a Dragon Knight, you want to be taking it down as soon as possible.
We're down. We'll see how this game develops. There is the Radiance. It's up and ready to go. Shisui going to continue to press onto this mid tower. Teleport from FNG. They don't want to give this away for free. Got to be careful for a block here. Excess Vampire in perfect positioning. Oh, the rocket came out a little early. I think he would have gone for one more attack. Might have been an easy kill there.
Behind them, though, Slayer is taking their stacks away, just stealing them. Wasting 50% of his mana almost, but for a good cause. There's the Centaur ult, yeah, Flow, just using it to survive. Both of these offlaners rushing Blink Dagger. Usually in this current patch, what we see is utility from every offlaner, but in this game they realized how important initiation is. I think especially for Gambit, they need the Blink on Axe. Just to get
it just activates the Lifestealer, right? Their mid game all of a sudden spikes like crazy. I think he saw the smoke. And he sees the ward too, unfortunate. I don't typically like that from FNG. When you get your smoke pop from a high ground, there's no reason to ward. You got to assume they have some kind of vision on you. Lifestealer hunting Slayer. I'd already pushed out bottom so hard. Now he needs to jump into somebody, get a special delivery.
GPK with drums and 2 raid bands just pushing that mid tier 1. He did force the fortification, so the tower should fall with this next aggression here. He's taking a lot of damage from that tower as well.
We'll finish it off though. Glyph not available, so not much that you can do as the Dire side. Oh, little hesitation game.
Always want to fly try to snatch it.
Nice stun. They'll perch Lifestealer as well. He's going to be slowed for quite some time. Always want to fly now with the defensive disruption. However, he will juke a bunch of spells, but will it be enough to save him? Answer is no. Dream pops into the rage, finishes him off no problem. Alk though, lots of space now, almost 3,000 gold ahead of the game.
He has the Radiance and almost the BKB as well. He's just waiting for that BKB. And the bounty rolls are so important right now.
Yeah. Shishui Mike is definitely going to get the one up top. So they get 3. They're going to get 4. 4 bounties.
Runes. And that's because of Slayer is just baiting them here, fighting them off, while his teammates are taking the bounty runes. And that's 100% worth it.
Oh, for sure.
Just how much gold you just gave your alchemist. He was 10k net worth before those bounties. Now in those 2 camps and 4 bounties, he's 12k. Pretty good. That's a full BKB completed. Now they'll fight you. Vega, they have to be ready for this. But I'm not certain just how will they get the damage to take down that alchemist when he has the BKB.
You see the odds changing. I think that was more Gambit favored at the start.
It was, significantly.
Yeah, but it's an alchemist, right? And alchemist that continues to farm and farm and farm with a DK and a Shadow Demon behind him. It's just, it's hard to see a scenario. Oh, as I said, hang on, we're getting frisky. DK is going to die almost certainly. Nope, just kidding. He's going to be forced away, and Axe just dies. Arc just beats into him. Yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's Alchemist showing up.
Yeah.
And
he has BKB. You cannot mess with Alch anymore. This is one of the reasons that hero was broken. Won almost every game and main event in TI, and there's a reason for it.
Well, Gambit in this tournament, they've shown us that they can win against the odds. They can win when the game is looking really rough for them. We'll see if they're able to do the same in this match. Right now, it's definitely looking hairy, just like it did a couple of times before in these last couple of days. We have a smoke up now coming from FlyToMoon, with the Alchemist being ready to fight. Why not? FNG is the one that breaks that smoke, though. And with that, that should be it. Arc might run into Dream here, but he's a little bit too swift with his rage, and they're unable to get him with the stun from Alchemist. Desolator almost completed by him as well, just needs one more Mithril Hammer.
Let's see. What do we need here if we're Gambit fans? 5k gold separating Alchemist from the second place Lifestealer, but the advantage only 2,000. So while they are ahead, FlyToMoon definitely not in a completely commanding position. They will, however, take the lead in the tower game. It's that bottom tier 1 falls. They'll be up 3-2. Armlet next item on Shishui. I like that decision. You get the Midas to ensure you scale, and then the most cost-efficient item for a DK. Armlet makes you very formidable.
Yeah, gets a lot of damage there as well. More strength as well.
GPK gets his Ags completed. Oh, Slayer is about to get slain. No man's land. Oh, just kidding. I take that back. Centaur Stampede away. All 5 Radiant heroes were mid, and they'll be left wanting.
All these heroes have such good Agonist upgrades as well. Yeah. So Alchemist later on can give them those. Shadow Demon with the Agonist is going to be amazing. He will have so much save.
That's amazing. He's going to have an AC. And that's the peak, I would say. You don't really get much stronger of an Alch.
Maybe.
Sure, that's true.
And
but
that's it.
As far as like your ability to fight,
yeah.
AC, BKB, Radiance, like it's go time. You want to get aggressive. You don't want to, because the problem is the items that, like, say, Lifestealer picks up right after the Deso, then what? An AC, Sanjanyasha, something like this. It's just so much value mid. Or rather in the jungle. Yeah, he's dead. And if they look up, they might find Flow, but it doesn't look like they're going to be adventuring through the forest anytime soon.
Yeah, he's just going to continue hiding there. Perhaps try to set up on Dream. Last time, though, Dream was fast enough to pop that Rage before the stun came out. This time around, he won't even have the chance to jump on him, as there's way too many Radiant heroes in that jungle. What's GPK building after the Aghanim's, I wonder? Is it just your casual BKB? I think he will need it for sure. Shatchel slowly going towards that blade mill too.
Man, it's just crazy watching the gold on Alk rise as he farms stuff.
It's just skyrocketing, right? 7k ahead of the Nikes. He has 10k net worth more than his next core.
Yeah. At least that DK does have a Midas. The Centaur really not had much game impact so far, but oh, hang on. As we say, the Slayer, he's getting blinked on. Oh, we got both. Oh, goodness gracious. That's not what you want of your Flow. This could be bad. Oh, nice infest. He's going to be able to pop out. Now he's not stunned by Alchemist, but oh, wow. Gets the DK to the face. Does he get the armlet off? Yes, he does. But holy shit, he just exploded.
He disappeared on that Nikes, and now they caught another one. They're catching the poor old Crystal Maiden here with the disruption. Instantly, always want to fly porting bottom, not even waiting for that kill, because he has gold on his mind. And by gold, I mean this bounty rune, which he does pick up. Sadly for him, GPK gets the other one. So he's unable to snatch two for his Alchemist.
4k gold. Still an advantage for FlyToMoon. Shacklow with the blade mail up. That's a big item timing. Means that he'll actually be able to kill the Alchemist with a little bit of assistance. Notably, Lifestealer hops inside of him. Still dead for 4 seconds. You got to be careful here, Shacklow. Oh, he just catches the stun. He's dead.
Where
is he?
He is, I think.
Oh,
one more hit. One more hit. One more hit. Nope, not gonna happen.
Oh,
one more.
That was close.
Yeah, that was well played by him there to manage to get out and blink away so low.
Yeah, this is definitely a position Gambit are comfortable with, though. I mean, we've seen them win some games that we felt like they were behind. They needed to stall. They had to buy time. And they were always able to.
Yeah.
It's only 10-9.
It's like they play a little bit faster. And when you check the net worth and you check the gold difference between these two teams, it's only the Alchemist that's really winning it for them. If Alchemist was a normal hero, they wouldn't be ahead. They would be behind.
And you hear the gyro being used. It's the 3rd time it's been farmed with, and I like that. They're not looking for huge engagements, just a couple of skirmishes. They got to be cautious here, however. They're going for FlyToMoon, but is this really the fight you want? Dream will pop the Rage. He'll kill off the Shadow Demon. Nice job. Yeah, that I'm down with. You know, you get the pick off,
and
you get some wards, and you just chill. You're just stalling. And GBK, he wasn't even really he wasn't in the smoke, and he was just farming in the meantime. They know that they need a BKB on their gyro before they can think about actually engaging. DD now on Dream. Could perhaps go Roche, but nah, too dangerous.
Yeah. Shadow Demon is 15 seconds away. They would definitely stall it for 15 seconds, so it's good they don't get tempted by that DD. Sometimes it baits you into the pit, you think you have enough damage, you're fast enough, and you lose a team fight. Or the team fight just starts as your DD is wearing off. Good for them that they didn't fall into that trap. But FlyToMoon might set up a trap right now, as this should be a smoke, all 5 of them converging around the dire jungle shrine. And yeah, it is a smoke. I mean, they have everything. They've reached their peak. AC, BKB, Radiance on Alchemist. You want to fight right now. He's 200 goldish away from Blink Dagger, but that shouldn't stop them from finding some pickoffs first. Axe would be so good to kill. You can see the way they're drawing Radiant Gambit, that is. They expect someone to come from this way. That's why they're setting themselves up so well. Like, you can see FNG there. Like, there's a reason why he's sitting right there in the woods. That's to kill, always want to fly. Now Slayer is rocketed, but he should be able to get away. As sadly for Axe, oh, well, Axe might jump him.
Does it feel to you like FlyToMoon's taking too long to get something started? Because I don't know, like, this is like next item syndrome.
They smoked up right now. They wanted to find a fight, but Gambit just positioned themselves so well. Like around their high ground, they covered all the entrances. All the stairs had at least one hero there waiting for the smoke to break.
The BKB on Oh, misses the taunt though. This could be dangerous. No, it does feel like that will be a deadly Shrek. Stun coming out.
Nikes in the back as well, fighting
He's
them
just
off.
beasting.
Yeah, he just beasted 3 of them.
Yeah, really good positioning. They have the ward. They fortified their position. They're playing high ground, and they just eventually strike.
This
really
is what
nice.
this is what we were talking about. Gambit just looks to be on a different level. Like you're seeing their draft and you're thinking that the draft isn't optimal, that it isn't better, but they make it work.
Not bad, not bad
Like
indeed.
you look at this FlyToMoon's draft, you know, from a player's perspective. You look at it and you realize that they should be taking these fights well. They should be winning them. But they have an Alchemist that has 20k net worth, and they're only 2k ahead. That's not really a best spot to be in. The Slash and Centaur are below the Axe by quite a lot.
25 minutes approaching. These bounty runes, both teams reacting a little late. Gambit swarms towards the top side. They scan out as well. And oh, Flow. Always want to fly. Will pay the price. At least it wasn't the Centaur. They preserve the core's life.
It's good because they do get the bottom 2 bounties. However,
Yeah,
with him dead, do they go in? They do go into the pit.
I really think FlyToMoon have like just squandered their opportunity. If you look, remember when 7k lead from Alk to next place, right? That's a way bigger deal early on, but like he's queued up an Abyssal Blade. That's not going to change the game. You had an 18-minute AC BKB Radiance and didn't do a damn thing. Now you finally have a BKB on the Dragon Knight too, but there's one on Gyro. Like this.
It's like they respect Gambit a little bit too much.
Yeah, you had to play with no respect. Just run at them.
That's the way you play Alchemist, because you need to play like that. You're just so far ahead. You're just so much stronger, but you're not a super late game carry.
No.
Eventually you fall off. So they should have done something with this lead much earlier for sure. And look at this, Shizu in mid lane. It's only the 2 of them.
Yeah, they're going to initiate. Shockclaw's going straight for the DK. He did not get his BKB off and has just died. Stampede popped as well. Gambit's just literally running circles around them.
What exactly was the plan even? It was only the 2 of them on the mid lane.
What is always
Lash and
want to
DK.
fly doing? What is going on? He's going to get rocketed. Forces himself.
Did he force himself?
I have no idea.
No way.
Arc Dota moving forward. Oh, they got a stun. Nice initiation. FNG now with the blocked. He's just eating the Alk. He's just going to have to run away. That was his first BKB usage, and he's using it to try and escape. Shockclaw pops the Blade Mail, now looking to continue chasing. Wasn't able to get the taunt though, but oh hey, Slayer's here.
Oh, so much damage from him though. And
Oh,
the
nice
stun
stun from Flow. They finish off the life stealer. That's huge. Shockclaw does go down, or rather, he gets the kill. Flow now forced to force away. That's not going to save him. Arc Dota cleans up the CM.
That was a really good stun from the Centaur, and a lot of damage came from Lash, so they do manage to take down the lifestealer, but then again always want to fly bot back. They lost that fight. The BKB was used from Alchemist and he still couldn't fight them. Looks scary, but the way that fight started in the first place is Dragon Knight on the mid lane with Dragon form just gets initiated on, dies. I don't know what the 2 of them, what was the plan between the Lash and Dragon Knight when their team was so far on the top lane. I guess his idea was, listen guys, if I'm here and you are smoked, they won't dare to initiate on me. They'll be thinking you guys aren't here. Huh?
Well,
Well,
what will happen here? Gyrocopter, Lifestealer, second and third. Alchemist still atop of the net worth charts, but the gold lead has disappeared, and once again, Always Want to Fly is grossly out of position and dead.
GPK runs in just to use that ulti and perhaps try to go for this rush, but it's only the Shadow Demon that's dead. Only the Shadow Demon is a big deal when you're running a lineup with position 1 Knights, though.
Indeed.
This gives you an opportunity.
He has no buyback either, does he?
No.
They're thinking about doing this Arc Dota. He's going to blink forwards. Nice BKB from GPK. They're just going to trade BKBs. This is a huge win for Gambit if they can keep their Gyrocopter alive. Let's see attacking. Oh, sick Yules prevents the counter initiation. Who's going to get the Aegis? It is Arc Dota. Oh my God, the dunk on 5. And FNG just still channeling his ultimate. Dream's finishing off Flow.
Shisui almost dies to the FNG Crystal Maiden. Now Dream has to go back and try to do it. He can't actually, as he needs to run.
You gotta be careful.
Rage is there, but the bashes are real. Armlet is good, and he gets him.
Okay.
Triple kill there. Vampire now coming back. Try to help him. But he's being attacked by Delusion, so he can't really use that blink.
He got almost 1,000 gold from that. And you know why? It's because of the team net worth bonus. Since FlyToMoon is still ahead, Lifestealer gets almost 1,000 gold from killing a DK. And that's a huge win for Gambit. They just want to stall this game, as we've discussed. Alk can't really get any more items. And shout out to Vampire, because without that dunk, I don't think that fight goes nearly as well.
Yeah, considering that DK is 4K net worth below Nike's. Yeah. Nike still gets 1K gold. Just team difference, man. What a thing.
Oh boy! Wow. That's this is our final. You can check out the odds. Gambit definitely moving further and further into that favored position. We've waited a while. This is day 5 of the GG.Bet Hamburg Invitational. First qualifier of this season.
Let's be real. We just waited to see who's gonna match Gambit and if they'll be able to just play on this level. And right now, it doesn't seem that way.
And they're a team to watch, too. There's going to be a whole bunch of squads taking time off throughout the first major. And if this year plays anything like last year, you know, top 6 at any major throughout the year would have qualified you for TI. That's how Keen got there. And, yeah, it's going to be a pretty limited field. 16 teams will all be attending, but at least 6 or 7 of your top 10 will not. What does that mean? Specifically for the European region, I think.
Many good things for these teams that are trying to get themselves into a LAN once a year. You can actually earn some money or maybe some DPC points. There's a smoke coming from Gambit. Why not? Arc is the one that you see first.
Nice initiation.
Before the BKB.
They didn't get the BKBs off.
Nope.
He's just...
he survives. The Glimmer Cape
so
and the
close.
BKB is there. Flow with the good save there.
Got to be careful, though. Alchemist still very low. Shushway going to pop the BKB. Has the slow. Shacklow not able to get anything done. Aggressive disrupt. Now a stun onto the gyrocopter. Will they be able to find anything? Always want to fly, of course. That's a given.
They want more.
No blink on DK. He's hiding. He's hiding. Will they find him? Yes, they do.
Vampire knows what's up, finds him in that pretty good spot to juke in, but unfortunately Shisui.
Yeah, but look at that. I mean, Alchemist just died. He had to run away from the fight just in a 2-second initiation window. And it's just, you're gonna have AC
I'm
on
actually
green?
surprised they didn't kill him. Like, I'm surprised Alchemist manages to survive there.
Yeah.
Like, Nikes didn't rage or something, I don't know. The damage just stopped for a moment, and then he BKBs Glimmers, ults, and runs away. You can see Lash just building full utility here with the Glimmer. After that, going for that Solar Crest, understands that he needs to pop that on his boy Alchemist in order for them to win these team fights. And Shisui, man, like this Dragonite, he's struggling. He had a much better performance in that last game with the Monkey King, and arguably that was a harder game for that hero than this is for a DK. Shachlo with the Nikes infested, just hunting again.
And this is perhaps the time to push. The AC Deso timing. Still behind is Gambit, but it just doesn't feel that way. Again, the Alk, when their advantage is like, when you have 16k net worth against 8, you're insanely far ahead. But if you just have that same advantage, and it's 27 to 20, it's not nearly as effective. It's 1 item slot instead of 2 or 3.
The worst part is most of that gold is obviously accumulated on your Alchemist, right? So the other cores are struggling. And these team fights, they shouldn't go so heavily in favor of Gambit. Even when they lose the team fight, as long as they get a couple of kills, they come out on top when it comes to gold and network changes.
Alk trying to go for a stun there on the Lifestealer, but nothing doing. Always want to fly, always behind enemy lines.
Always warding, always being in danger. That's why he dies so many times in every single game. But, you know, it's the life of this captain, position 5 slot. He will find FNG here, though. And they jump right on him.
Nice
There's
force.
a force staff.
That's sick.
That's Shachlo's, I believe, right? Shachlo with the force.
I love that pickup on Axe. I think it's an underrated item on just in Dota, to be honest. And in this game, very effective. You can force people. You can go across terrain.
So good with Nikes as well,
Against so many
right?
melees. Yeah, definitely.
Bottom lane Slayer is pushing out this creep wave and this tower, but the fortification is there, and I'm wondering if Gambit might smoke up, try to defend this, or just run down here. They could run into a trap as they're setting up heavily on this high ground. FNG with the Crystal Nova does scout them out, but the Dragonite jumps in straight onto the
Dream
Shaker.
Man stunned. Flo wasn't able to follow up though, going for the Gyrocopter instead, who is stunned before BKB, but Dream just manning up in their face. So much damage output. GPK trying to do the same, but he will get abyssal. As Sage trying to do stuff. Satanic popped. This DK is almost certainly going to go down with no BKB on the Alchemist. Look at him, he's just getting eaten alive by GPK and Dream. They finish him off, 3 down. Buyback on a Vampire, but that's all that Gambit lose. AW,
he lives as well, but 3 of them fall, including the Alchemist, and it didn't even look that difficult. And FlyToMoon had like a perfect initiation there. They were set up on the high ground, 3-man stun, everything went their way, and they still lose that teamfight quite convincingly. This Satanic on Gyro just allows him to stand in front, in the middle of the fight, and he takes down the Dragonite, he takes down the Alchemist. Who cares if the Shadow Demon and Centaur survived?
Just does so much damage. And they're not in a rush. They could push here, but they want to collect the 4 bounty runes about to spawn first and watch their advantage just continue to grow. From 5 to 6. They're going to leave 1, otherwise it probably would have hit 7. In fact, it does anyway. They're going to clean up bottom tier 2, and I got to say, at this point, it's Gambit's game.
Yep.
Alk has run out of items to buy. There's no more slots. And
that's it. Like, what can he do? Like, just buy Aghanims now for his teammates, but that hardly changes the state of this game.
Yep. Yeah, it's not. I don't even know what to really say about this one. And you look at that graph. It was about that 18-minute mark. You know, that's when felt like FlyToMoon could have got things done, but from then. They just didn't. They didn't get anything done. This game's score was, I think, 10-9, 11-9 at a point in favor of FlyToMoon. It's now 26-16.
And now the question is it, like, it's not even a question. I don't think it's them that didn't try. They did smoke up after that BKB Radiance, right? They smoke up. They try to find these fights.
True. But
at best, they would get a support or two, you know? Like, Gambit would just position themselves so well to protect their cores, to protect their objectives. They would split up, rat. They would slow you down. Like, when you're watching it from the observer's perspective, right, you see everything, you know where everyone is, and you can ask, like, why aren't you just going there? But it's much more difficult when you have Fog of War, obviously. Always on a fly. He's going to run into his death once again. Scouts them, but buybacks.
All right, we're going to have a battle here. Slayer thought about engaging, but you got to be careful. Dream backing away to the left side. Roshan up in 1 second. This next fight could decide the game.
Yeah, if you're leading, there's absolutely no reason to force the fight around that shrine. You don't have to give them that advantage.
Oh my god, not again.
Always
he has no buyback.
He's just gone. That's 80 seconds without him, and Dream just goes onto this tier 3. Or maybe Rosh.
Channels. Going to throw it out on GPK. Satanic will limit the duration, though, as they now continue to try and press their advantage. With no Shadow Demon, I think you can just look for a fight here. That's that's the save. It's the only save they have on the side of FlyToMoon.
Only save, and that Purge to deal with the Nikes as well to slow him down a little bit.
GPK getting initiated on, but Slayer's got to be careful. Will yields himself up in the air. Nice initiation of the backline from Sha, but Flo misses everything. Goes straight in, but only stuns a BKB. And look at GPK. He does not give a damn. As long as his BKB is active, he's untouchable. Now Shishui, he's dead. He's dead. Oh, I say that, but yeah, he's dead.
He's dead.
Dunk on the ground, unfortunately. Arc Dota pops the BKB.
He pops the BKB,
is he still
but
going to die? Maybe. Oh, just barely. Vampire, thinking about it, does not have the dunk, nor Fisher. Slayer, they're just retreating back into the base. This is...
Dream, however, has that rage and isn't really scared of that.
No.
Coconut from the Alchemist and goes, attacks the tier 4s a little bit, and that's a GG by Slayer. They understood. This game is over. They had it 15 minutes in, 16 minutes in. That Alchemist had such a huge advantage that they could have taken it, but they didn't.
Nope.
But Gambit just outplayed them, just like they did in that last series to Positive Guys, was it?
Coulda, shoulda, woulda, but you didn't.
Yep.
Gambit, 1 game up, have yet to drop a single one in this tournament and looking to make it a flawless victory, so to speak. If they can just take one more, they're going to be going to ESL Hamburg. FlyToMoon, it's back to the drawing board. Perhaps the better draft, but they just didn't execute. They didn't hit the timing, and you got to say, hats off to Gambit. They played about as well as you can hope.
Definitely. it's no surprise that they haven't dropped a single game so far, considering how they're playing, even versus lineups that are looking so strong and drafts. And
yeah, maybe they saved some strats, but you can do is save as well. If you go to GG.Bet.com, ensure your bet with the code SAVE. No queues, no business hours, no rejections. It's just GG.Bet. Speaking of, we need to take a short break, play some ads. But when we come back, Game 2 Grand Finals, Gambit, one more game, and they'll be going to Germany, baby. Don't go anywhere. A few minutes. We'll see you soon.